Good morning and welcome to News at 10. First, the highlight. Governor Sanwo-Olu to inaugurate network of roads in Badagry. Federal government warns of 5 days flooding in 19 states. And on the foreign scene, Rwanda agrees to take about 250 migrants from United States in resettlement deal. And in sports, Senegal defeats Super Eagles Team B in group opener of African Nations Championship. Now the news in details. I am Timi Dayo Anthony. In furtherance of its determination to ensure that infrastructural development gets to all parts of the state, the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration is set to hand over Badagry network of roads today. The Badagry network of roads consists of 3 road networks, namely Aradagun, Musafejo Idado Imeke Road, Samuel Ekundayo Road, and Hospital Road, cutting across Badagry local government and Olorunda local council development area. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Motosho, who stated that Governor Sanwo-Olu has in the last few months handed over 39 roads, 5 bridges to Lagosians, said the delivery of the Badagry network of roads once again underscores the commitments of the current administration led by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, to implement programs that fast-track development and projects that bring reliefs and shared prosperity to the people. Omotosho said, through this project, Lagos State government has continued to provide livelihood for Lagosians and contributed to the development of a sustainable intermodal transportation system in Lagos State. According to him, the state government considers infrastructure as a strategic economic growth driver and a catalyst for development. In a bid to promote healthcare and community wellness, the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Council, in collaboration with Mushin Local Government and Idiolowu and Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area, has flagged off a free medical outreach program. The initiative is part of activities marking the 25th anniversary of Council. Speaking on the theme, Health for All, Bridging the Gaps, Building a Healthy Future, wife of the Lagos State Governor Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who said the event will empower women and advance public health in underserved communities, urged residents to embrace regular medical checkups and practice healthy lifestyle.
Confident to emphasize that Council is a community-based gender organization established to complement the efforts of Lagos State government in bringing about great development and growth and generally influencing our state through various welfare and charitable initiatives.
Mrs. Sanwo-Olu also appreciated wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, through the Renewed Hope initiative, which has continued to positively transform lives across the Federation through key programs in health, education, agriculture, social investment, and economic empowerment. Earlier in his welcome address, Chairman Mushin Local Government, Chubosun Aruwe, expressed his gratitude to Mrs. Sanwo-Olu and stakeholders involved in making the outreach a reality, thereby noting that the importance of regular health checks to reduce the burden of preventable diseases.
We really appreciate the council members and Her Excellency for bringing it down to the central government. Most people are very happy. They are happy, and we thank them.
Also, Chairman Idiolowu Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area, Sheyi Jakande, noted that the program reflects the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's dedication to inclusive governance and the well-being of residents.
It's a form of empowerment. Because only when you are healthy, you can actually enjoy every other benefit.
It's really interesting to know that the program provided free medical services covering a wide range of health concerns, which include hypertension and diabetes screening, hepatitis B and C testing, tuberculosis, TB screening, cervical and breast cancer screening, eye and dental checkups, and general health education. The medical outreach witnessed a large turnout of residents who commended the organizers for bringing quality healthcare closer to the grassroots. The Lagos State government has reiterated its dedication to promoting sustainable HIV/AIDS treatment, preventing new infections, and combating stigmatization through education and economic empowerment initiatives. wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, gave the assurance during the opening ceremony of the 7th National Council on AIDS, NCA, hosted by the Lagos State AIDS Control Agency, ELSACA, with the theme, Advancing National HIV Sustainability Agenda in the Global Policy on AIDS. Mr. Sanwo-Olu emphasized that the state government's unwavering commitment to strengthening the healthcare system by eliminating HIV/AIDS and addressing other health challenges, particularly those affecting girls and young women in Lagos.
Implementation of anti-stigma policies and campaigns in communities, workplaces, and healthcare settings, alongside expanded education on HIV prevention and sexual and reproductive health. Now, a lot of emphasis has to be done in the workplace because a lot of people there too do not understand what is happening. So if we're having discussions today, especially concerning the different workplaces, both private, public sector, we need to re-educate, continuously emphasize the importance of destigmatization of our fellow colleagues.
Also speaking at the event, Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Adekunle Salako, who was represented by the Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, NIMR, John Obafunwa, reaffirmed the federal government's readiness to collaborate with the National Council on AIDS to promote research and adopt proactive health interventions.
As of June 2025, those on HIV treatment in our NIMR clinic, we have as 5,444 adults, 64 of the pediatric age group, and 16 women with pregnancies being monitored for the prevention of mother-to-child transmission. For a couple of years, all the mothers being managed in NIMR have not transmitted the virus to their children.
On her part, the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, and chairperson of Council, Temitope Ilori, underscored the importance of active involvement by state and local government committees and called for a holistic approach to HIV response by empowering health and social workers to sustain the progress made over the years. In her remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of ELSACA, Falakemi Animashaun, noted that the Lagos State government is intentionally working to strengthen health systems across all 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas. Representative of the diplomatic corps present at the event called on all stakeholders to deepen collaboration and seize new opportunities to enhance public awareness, ensuring no one is left behind in the fight against HIV/AIDS. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has forecast heavy rainfall over a 5-day period that may trigger flooding across 19 states and 76 locations. The warning issued by the National Flood Early Warning System Center of the Federal Ministry of Environment called on stakeholders and residents to take urgent precautionary measures. This comes as devastating floods struck Ogun and Gombe State on Tuesday, with other states, including Lagos, Plateau, Anambra, and Delta, also affected by the disaster. According to the center's flood prediction, the affected areas are expected to experience rainfall likely to cause flooding from August 5 to August 9. Flooding in Nigeria has become a yearly occurrence that claims lives and destroyed many properties. In 2024, 31 states were reportedly affected by flooding, causing hundreds of deaths, injuring thousands of others, and affecting 1.2 million others. Meanwhile, the National Economic Council has approved the release of intervention funds to support nationwide flooding mitigation and response efforts. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, says it experienced worst performance in a decade as it defends its new anti-cheating measures and digital transition of candidates in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, sparking widespread concern among stakeholders over the state of education, the rising influence of malpractice, and the readiness for full digital transition in national examinations. WAEC National Head Amos Dangat acknowledged the decline, which he attributed to the newly implemented anti-malpractice measures, including the serialization of objective papers in key subjects, which made collusion and cheating more difficult. On his part, National President of the Parents Teacher Association of Nigeria, Haruna Danjuma, regarded this year's results as poor, attributing the results to poor preparation by the candidate, worsened by deficient teaching and learning environments, especially in public schools. And now to foreign news. Rwanda says it will accept up to 250 migrants from the United States in a deal agreed with President Donald Trump administration. Government spokesperson Yolande Makolo said under the scheme, the deportees will be given workforce training, healthcare, and accommodation to jumpstart their lives in Rwanda. A condition of the agreement was that Rwanda would have the ability to approve each individual proposed for resettlement. The White House said it is constantly talking to countries willing to assist the U.S. in removing the illegal aliens that former President Joe Biden had allowed to infiltrate the U.S. Since Trump came back into power in January, he has focused on sweeping mass deportation schemes to remove undocumented migrants from the U.S. in fulfillment of a key election promise. And out to sports, Super Eagles B team lost to defending champions Senegal by a lone goal in their opening Group D match in the African Nations Championship, CHAN, on Tuesday night. A defensive error in the Super Eagles B backline was punished by the Senegalese with 15 minutes left to play. It was Senegal's only shot on target, which fortunately resulted in the only goal of the fight encounter. The home-based Eagles will hope to bounce back from the defeat in their next game against Sudan on August 12. In the group's first fixture, Sudan conceded with 4 minutes left to settle for a 1-1 draw with Congo. But just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio live on my Lagos app for timely update. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 1,050 rural women received intensive training in boosting outputs in agricultural production, and the beneficiaries were given equal access to market? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. And now to end the news, here are the major highlights of the stories. In furtherance of its determination to ensure that infrastructural development gets to all parts of the state, the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration is set to hand over Badagry network of roads today. The federal government has forecast heavy rainfall over a 5-day period that may trigger flooding across 19 states and 76 locations. We also told you that Rwanda is said it will accept up to 250 migrants from the United States in a deal agreed with President Donald Trump's administration. And in sports, Super Eagles B team lost to defending champions Senegal by a lone goal in the opening Group D match in the African Nations Championship, CHAN, on Tuesday night. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesuwa Ejoyoka. I am Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.